Over the years, I've reviewed many Tesla accessories, some of which have been amazing, some have been absolutely terrible. In this video, which is sponsored by Ridge Wallet, I'm going to go through all of them from worst to best. So starting with the worst Tesla accessory, I can't even show you it because I threw it in the bin. But it was this fella, a little extra storage container. Although it was reasonably priced, it was a complete waste of time. When I tried to install it down there, it immediately fell off. It's pretty pointless anyway because there's already a nice amount of storage in Tesla Model 3s. Another pretty naff accessory was my cup holders. These little fellas sounded good because they're much easier to clean than these little crevices that you can see often trap little bits of dust. But when I went to put my bottle of water in the cup holder, it didn't fit. And when I put something standard like a can of Coke in there, it was still a bit weird and there was too much friction pulling it out. Dreadful. How'd they get that wrong? So those are two pretty terrible accessories. Everything from this point onwards does have some advantages. Starting with my LED lights. So they were installed on the center console and they looked pretty cool at night time. However, the big negatives were they were particularly difficult to install. Becky and I had to do a lot of spudging. And also what I didn't realize till later is that when they're on, you also have to turn them on manually each time, and when you get out you have to turn them off, because if you don't, the car will lock and they'll just stay on, draining your battery, which is terrible. They also have a load of wires which take up loads of space inside your center console, and it's 50 quid for the full set, which is rather pricey for what it is. This accessory is outside of the car, and I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely forgot that my car had this accessory until I started planning this video like half an hour ago. It is, of course, my glass sealant. What? All around the glass on my roof I have tiny bits of sealant, which were pretty easy to install if you had a spudger readily available, but they are designed to stop little bits of leaves and things like that from getting caught in between these little panes of glass, and they also help with soundproofing apparently, but I'm not gonna lie, I never really noticed the difference either way. The next accessory is my screen protector. Now you might think, Jack, why does a Tesla need a screen protector? It's not like you're gonna drop the screen at any point like you would drop your phone. To which I reply, yeah, that's a valid point. I'm not quite sure. Apparently, it's meant to help with anti-glare, which I guess it does. You can see if I point my light at it. Yeah, that's fine. I can look at that all day. But the screen protector was incredibly easy to install, and it will protect my screen if I was to drop, like, my camera on top of it or something. Although I don't know how useful that is if you don't often have a camera in your car. The main reason I like this screen protector is because for some reason, the Facebook version of my installation video got 15 million views. What? It's literally one of my most viewed videos on the internet. This next accessory is my latest one. It's my new wood panel interiors. Ebony, very fancy. Ooh. I'm honestly really happy with the new interior. I feel like it is a big improvement over the original. I really like how the interior looks when I'm driving the car now. I think including the new black Tesla logos, which I'll get to later, it's added a much cooler, darker feel to the car. It's almost gothic looking and I really like it. Negatives, however, are how ridiculously slow this panel now closes. I mean, it's quite embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. And also the price. It's over 300 quid for just these 3 pieces of wood. That's a lot. And I also think if I hadn't previously damaged my original wood panel, it probably isn't something I would have been interested in. This next accessory is pretty cool. It's right here. What's that? You can't see anything. That's because this one integrates so well into the car that you don't even know it's there. It is a secret compartment. Ooh. So yeah, this is an add-on. In a default Tesla Model 3, this is just an empty space which isn't being utilized. Now, I did actually install ours upside down, so the pouch is meant to be on the other side, but it does seem like there's something in here. Oh my god, it's my Ridge wallet! By now, you've definitely heard me talk about Ridge wallets before. I've been using a Ridge wallet for about 2 years now, and they are so much better than the traditional big, floppy, ugly wallet that everyone carries around and your stuff flies everywhere. This little fella has room for up to 12 cards, along with cash on the back. And as you can see, it is super secure, nothing falls out. If you've been thinking about getting your own Ridge wallet, or you think it would be a perfect Christmas gift for someone else, there is currently an up to 40% sale over on their store. So this is literally the best time to order one of these, because that is a massive discount. This is Becky's wallet. She uses this pretty blue design. I kind of dabble between the gold and the forged ember. I also recently got the new Ridge key case, which is a much more efficient way of holding your keys. So if you want to get any Ridge product for yourself or someone else, make use of this up to 40% sale by heading to ridge.com/Jack now. Thank you so much, Ridge, for the sponsor. Next up is the Tesla Mattress, which allows you to sleep in the back of your car. Tesla Mattress doesn't take up too much space when it's all folded up, and when it's unfolded, it's a perfect fit and it is very comfortable. However, the main negative is the price. It costs $200, which for that price, you may as well just shove some duvets under you, which is what I did when I slept in my Tesla overnight, and I was pretty content with that. Next up are these little fellas, the Tesla Sexy Buttons. That's the name of the brand. I don't know why. These fellas allow you to have Bluetooth activated buttons which control various different things in the car. Ready, Becky?
Yeah.
I've put the hazards on. It's a really cool concept and a totally unique accessory, but in reality, the only one that I find myself still using is this little fella here. And if I click it, it opens the frunk. And the reason I've got this set up is because opening a Tesla frunk is a little bit inconvenient. You have to either do it on the screen or you have to do it in your phone app. So what I like to do is if I'm outside the vehicle, I can just open this door, quickly click the button, and then walk around to the frunk. There is one disadvantage with these buttons though. Since installing them, maybe about 5% of the time that I open one of the doors, I found that the charger port randomly opens as well, even though I didn't ask it to, or the frunk randomly opens, even though I'm not trying to open the frunk. And this has only happened since installing the buttons, so I have to assume that they are related. It's only ever been when the car's stationary, and once again, it's only like 5% of the time, so it's really not a big deal, but that is something to think about. Next accessory is this fella. I love this thing. It's so stupid, but I really like it. You shove it on your wheel, and then you can eat food on it. Get me can, shove it on there. Fantastic. I use it every time me and Becky are stopped at the services. I whack it out. I would be completely fine without it, but I like using it, alright? It looks nice. I like it. Then we've got the Tesla key fob, which is currently attached to my Ridge key case. This is one of the few products in this video that is officially made by Tesla. Technically, it's 2 accessories because this is what you get from Tesla, and then this thing that turns it into a key ring is from Amazon. But it's a cool little gadget. If I double click on the boot in real life will start opening. There it is. Look at that. It's open. And if I double click it again, wait for it. Oh, could that be the boot closing? Thank you very much. And then following a similar theme from the Tesla key fob, we also have the Tesla ring. This is a very handy little fella which will lock and unlock your car, which is actually quite handy because there is maybe 10% of the time where the car's meant to unlock automatically with my phone, but it doesn't. And then it's a bit embarrassing. I have to get my phone out of my pocket and I have to go to the Tesla app and I have to manually click unlock. Whereas if that happens and I've got my ring on, I just quickly tap the side and the car unlocks. And because it's a ring, it's much harder to forget it, like leaving your phone inside, for example. The disadvantage of this, like many of the other accessories in this video, is that it's just a bit expensive. It's like £150. Not too many left now, and these are all things that I really like. Next are my Tesla pedals. Now you might look at these and think they're just regular Tesla pedals. No, they're not. My original Tesla pedals in this long-range vehicle looked like this. They're just all black and boring. Normally the only way to get the metallic pedals is to purchase the performance version of the Model 3, and the performance vehicle is an extra £10,000. So let's just spend 23 quid on some knockoff pedals instead. I really like these pedals. I've used them well over a year now, and they are just in such nice condition still. Very few items left, but my floor mats are one of them. I've actually owned these floor mats longer than I've owned a Tesla. I was very hyped about purchasing my Tesla, and these are the first accessory I ever got while I was waiting for the actual Tesla to arrive. They have really amazing coverage because they don't just cover the base of the vehicle like most floor mats do. They also cover all of the sides really well too. One disadvantage would be that they are made from real leather, whereas everything else in this car is vegan, which I obviously would prefer if I had the option. Alright, just 2 accessories left now. One of them are my Tesla decal stickers, because this by default would be silver, but a couple of months ago I added these black stickers to all of the Tesla logos, including the steering wheel, and I got lots of comments from people in that video that said things like, these aren't gonna last 2 weeks, wait till there's a bit of rain and it'll fly straight off. Well, I've driven in a lot of rain over the last couple of months and they are still all in perfect condition, and I think they look so much better than the default silver. I really like these, and I feel like Tesla should just have their logos look like this by default. And now it's time for my favourite Tesla accessory. Now, I think this might be a sign I'm getting old that I've picked this one because it's incredibly boring. You might be thinking, Jack, what's this weird angle about? Well, I'm trying to show you this little fella right here. Let me unscrew it for you so you can take a closer look. Oh, very nice. This is my Tesla, what would I call it? My Tesla bag for life holder. Woo! When you buy a Tesla Model 3 from delivery, if you look in the boot, you will see this protruding little screw, which is just asking for trouble. That's the kind of thing where you're going to put something in your boot and you're going to scratch it and it's going to be a disaster. Hello. So with this genius invention, which was £2.81 by the way, what a bargain, you're not only able to cover up the protruding screw, there we go, but it also creates 3 different hooks that you can hang your bag for lifes on. I didn't bring a bag for life, I forgot, so I'm using this wire instead. But yeah, that is incredibly useful, and I don't understand why Tesla doesn't just have that in the car already. It's genius. Oh, my light's turned off. And there you go, that's my pick for Tesla accessories worst to best. Let me know what you think of the list in the comments down below. Do not forget to check out Ridge Wallet's massive 40% sale, link in the description, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you all next week for another video.